Good morning. It is 9 a.m. Thanks for clicking on WGRZ Plus and our Daybreak Plus stream. And we begin this morning with some breaking news. The tariff dispute between the U.S. and its trading partners is heating up. At midnight, the Trump administration imposed 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports. And this is causing a ripple effect worldwide. The European Union has swiftly responded by saying it would place countermeasures on $28 billion worth of U.S. goods starting April 1st. Now, these include goods like home appliances, motorcycles, bourbon, and peanut butter. And the European Union is the world's biggest trading bloc. The president of the European Commission released a statement that reads in part, quote, "We deeply regret this measure. Tariffs are taxes. They are bad for business and even worse for consumers. These tariffs are disrupting supply chains. They bring uncertainty for the economy," end quote. Meanwhile, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has agreed to suspend what would have been a 25% surcharge on electricity imports to the U.S. That move followed President Trump threatening to hike tariffs to 50%, which he later backed down from. Ford says that he ultimately wants to work together to put this dispute behind him.
We have to make sure we protect both countries. And as we're duking it out back and forth, China's laughing. They're building an arsenal of critical minerals. And we have to work together. We're the two greatest nations in the world. Let's build that AMCAN fortress.
And this tariff dispute is impacting the stock market. Within the past 15 minutes, we've learned Dow futures jumped 200 points because consumer prices came in softer than expected in February. The newest inflation report out just this morning shows it hit 2.8% in February, which is actually less than expected. Now, the market has been up and down for the past few days, with the NASDAQ falling 4% and the S&P 500 ending down about a 0.75% yesterday as well. Now, the stock market opens at 9:30 this morning, and we will be following it very closely and watching what happens with stocks today. And this is a major story, of course. We'll continue to follow every angle of it throughout the day and bring you the latest updates. When we're not on air, you can visit WGRZ.com, or you can download our free WGRZ app. And I'll join Kevin now in the Weather Center, where the other big story, of course, is the weather today, starting off a lot colder than yesterday, my friend.
Melissa Holmes here, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
I love joining you on the weather wall.
Oh, thanks.
Here.
It's nice to see you.
Yes.
Look, I'll give you a tour of the place. So over here is the weather wall, and that's pretty much it.
That's all we got going here.
Now, there's like a little walkway back here. We can go back here with like locker room.
There's also a monitor here. I'll do a little behind the scenes thing with you.
There's like a monitor here, and then there's some computers over there.
What is back
and
here?
When one craps the bed, we got to use the other one. We have two weather computers. What else is back here?
Yeah.
We have a little salad bar for everybody. This is only for...
What about a mini bar?
Storm team, that would be great. That's top secret stuff. So again, okay, here, swap.
Yeah, I know. I feel weird being on that side of you.
What do you need to know? What are your weather concerns right now? Speak for Western New York. What are you worried about?
Getting more significant snow in March.
Okay.
And what is it going to be like for the two parades this weekend? Is it going to be a washout or just a sprinkle?
Saturday, maybe a sprinkle.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be measuring any rain on Saturday in hundredths of an inch. So you'll be able to stand there. It might be a nuisance. And the odds of showers are 30 to 40% on Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday, you're going to get wet. Okay, it is going to rain on Sunday, and hopefully it pushes out in time for the parade. It's an afternoon parade.
Yeah, it starts at 2 o'clock.
Right, so right now there's a between 80 and 90% chance of showers on Sunday.
And you know the 20-year-olds, well, 21-year-olds who are not Irish, who are partying on St. Patrick's Day are going to be bar hopping on Chippewa and Allen, and they will get wet when they are going from bar to bar.
I don't know what the logistics are. They would never move the parade, would
No,
they?
no.
They would never push it. Could they push it back a couple of hours for rain?
You know what? we can reach out to the city and find out, are there any rain contingency plans?
Because the morning's going to be rainy, and then it's going to improve. This is what it looks like now. It looks like it's going to improve, or the showers will wane as we work our way through the afternoon.
Okay.
All right. So let me do my
thing.
spiel here. I only got a couple minutes left, but there's not too much to talk about. Our normal highs are around 40, 42 degrees. But look at this. Look what we're going to do in the temperature department. Back into the 60s we go. The warmest we've been so far this year is 60 degrees. And we're gonna beat that. Friday should be our warmest day of 2025 so far, and we will be around the same temperatures on Saturday, but again with shower opportunities. Nothing to track on Live Precision Doppler 2 as we could speak. We're gonna go from mostly sunny to partly cloudy to mostly cloudy by the end of the day. You'll also notice a bit of a difference in temperature as we work our way through our day today. Let me see when it freezes here. All right, yeah, I don't have quite the gradient here, but it's gonna be upper 30s for Niagara County, but more closer to mid-40s for the NYPA line. Check that out, 45s in 48 in Olean as opposed to 39 in Lockport. This is going to be a front sort of draped across western New York, so the northern half of western New York will be not as warm as the southern half. So, if you live north of the stadium, tomorrow's another day where, north of the stadium, 48 degrees, south of the stadium, look at 61. So it's a 13-degree difference in temperature tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies for your day tomorrow, partly cloudy on Friday as well. So again, clouds thickening up today, high around 40, which is seasonal. That's where we should be, mid-March. Wind not a factor. Again, tomorrow, partly cloudy, wind not a factor, just a gentle breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour, 53 degrees. Tomorrow will resemble yesterday. Not quite as warm though. Yesterday we were 58, tomorrow we're going to be 53. Friday's a peach. 68 degrees, again 68 on Saturday with hundredths of an inch of showers possible, and then again for Sunday there will be rain on Sunday, and hopefully it exits in time, so it won't be a rainy parade. Talking about rain in your parade, but high confidence forecast for showers unless 3 weather models are wrong. We are going to have rain on Sunday, and hopefully it will clear out in time.
Let's focus on Friday. That's going to be a day that all of us just kind of need to soak in and enjoy what looks like a really beautiful day. I've already booked a tea time.
Oh, you have?
Yes. Terry Hills, they're open.
On Friday?
On Friday.
Wow.
So I will be out there. And then I want to do like sunset patio day in the evening. It'll be a beautiful night, won't it?
It's not going to be especially breezy either. It's going to be kind of breezy over the weekend, but Friday should be a real peach of a day. And if you're
I love this. It's going to be a peach of a day.
Yeah, today feels like March. Tomorrow's going to feel like April, and Friday's going to feel like May.
Great.
And I'll also, and for you, just for you and for fellow streamers, Wednesday of next week looks like it's going to be a winner as well.
Wednesday of next week.
Yeah,
all right.
Get another tea time.
Okay, good. Speaking of really great things, have you heard about the Bills news? They made a huge splash. They are signing edge rusher Joey Bosa to a 1-year deal. And actually, this got big reaction at 4:30 this morning on Daybreak from Kevin.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And if you went to bed early, you missed some big news out of One Bills Drive. With free agency officially opening today at 4 p.m., the Bills have made a huge splash. They are signing edge rusher Joey Bosa to a 1-year.
I did not know that.
Yes, it's breaking news for Kevin this morning. $12.5 million deal. Okay, here's why he's so excited. This guy is a 5-time Pro Bowler and has 72 sacks in his career, but he's been slowed down considerably by injuries. He missed more than 20 games over the last 3 seasons, and he could be a big risk if he's not healthy. But if this does work out, the Bills could have pulled off another great bargain deal.
I just heard that from Missy Holmes.
I'm glad that I could bring you that amazing Bills news this morning.
I did not know that. I have not checked Twitter or anything. I went to bed early because of these ludicrous hours that we have. And now I know. I still remember where I was when I found out that Joey Bosa is a Buffalo Bill.
You get all of the latest breaking news right here on Daybreak.
There you go.
You were excited.
Seems like earlier today.
Which does seem like many hours ago.
I was excited about Von Miller, and he was, the number one ability is availability, and the thing with Joey Bosa is that he only plays half the time.
Right.
So if we get a healthy dude, then that'll be great. But we need him to be there for us.
Right.
And I don't want him playing crappy when he's hurt, like Von Miller did. He mailed it in for way too long.
And there was talk of the Bills possibly bringing back Von Miller. Like they let him go to try to clear the cap space, and then thinking, okay, we can bring him back for less. But clearly that's not going to happen now that you signed Joey Bosa.
Bosa's only for 1 year, man. They made a mistake with Von Miller signing him long term when he had some injury issues as it was. He was in the back half of his career. So with Bosa, he's got a 1 year prove-it contract.
Did you hear that, Brandon Bean? All right. Some other Bills news. They've re-signed also a pair of fan favorites. Running back Ty Johnson and fullback Reggie Gilliam signed new deals. Plus, they also brought back running back Darrington Evans, who's been in training camp each of the last 2 years. And then today, we're also going to hear from the QB, the $250 million man. That's what QB stands for now. After signing his record contract extension last week, that's actually for $330 million, but $250 million guaranteed. Today, we will finally hear from Josh Allen himself. He's going to be talking with reporters at 1 p.m. via Zoom. Maybe he's on a beach somewhere. Who knows? We'll have more from him coming up tonight, starting with Channel 2 News. First at 4. So yeah, free agency starts at 4 p.m. today, but the Bills have been really proactive the last week with making some major moves. And we'll find out what happens today in free agency.
Definitely think they're going to draft defense.
Yeah, they need to, right?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. Also, switching gears now, let's talk about flying, because Southwest has been like one of the only airlines where you can fly and you're not charged for a checked bag. Not anymore. That's all changing very soon. The airline announced that it'll no longer allow passengers to check their bags for free because rival airlines are bringing in more than $5.5 billion in bag fees last year. So now Southwest wants to get a piece of that pie, and they hope that they're not going to be alienating loyal flyers. Take a look.
It all depends on which way the consumer public decides to take this, because some people are loyal Southwest travelers. They've been traveling them for all this time.
Marlia Doherty is one of those loyal Southwest travelers. She's been choosing the airline for more than 20 years.
I believe it was 2001. I got my first Rapid Reward card.
Doherty says she's flying to Florida and just found out that Southwest is ending their 2 free checked bag policy. She and others at the Buffalo Niagara International Airport say while they're disappointed by the news, it doesn't mean they'll stop flying Southwest.
That's one of the reasons why I fly Southwest, but I also dislike them. Southwest is always my first choice.
Will it still be your first choice?
Yes, it will. Southwest is my favorite.
AAA representatives say checked bag prices have gone up over the years. Right now, many airlines charge $35 a bag.
If you figure a family of 4, you're looking to go one way to Orlando. Southwest also offers the nonstop flights. So you're looking at $35 a bag. You're looking at $140, that's $280 round trip for bag fees that you weren't paying in previous years.
We just expect everything to cost more money, and everybody's very sad about it, very unhappy about it.
And that was our Chelsea Swift reporting for that story.
Can you mail your stuff to the hotel?
Sure. You can mail golf clubs.
Yeah.
Like you ship them, and it might be cheaper than if you're
just
ship your suitcase.
Your suitcase to the hotel.
Right. You have to see if if it's $35 each way for one bag, is it going to be less than $70 to ship your suitcase? Who knows? But that's why a lot of people ship their golf clubs, because it's cheaper than, flying with them and having to check them. This will all start going into effect for Southwest May 28th. And then starting next year, Southwest is making another big change. Okay. Southwest is known for lining up when you get to the airport with your group and then you pick your seat. Yeah. They're doing away with that. I'm okay with that too, because it creates too much anxiety for me about standing in line and what seat am I going to get, and I'm going to be able to sit with with Elliot, and it's just give me a seat. But I hate having to pay to pick a seat.
Oh, okay.
All of these little things. Now the airlines that are charging you for the carry-on also, and so you can only take your personal item that needs to fit under the seat, and you're being charged for the carry-on, and you're being charged for extra legroom, and now you're being charged to pick a seat. It's just,
I understand.
I can't take it anymore.
I think competition will work it out if there's enough competition within the marketplace, if there's enough pushback from Southwest. I don't know, and again, I don't know what the bag fees are. If it's $10, that's one thing. If it's $50, that's another.
When you fly,
which is not a lot.
if you're going through like an Expedia or a kayak and you're looking up, I want to go to Orlando at this date, and you get all of your different airline options. What's your criteria? Is it price, or is it the airline, or is it how long you're waiting in your layover?
Layover, non-stop flights are key, and
Especially with a little one.
Otherwise, a lack of layover would be a key as well. And all the amenities are pretty similar. I don't need a meal. I don't need anything like that.
For me, it's always been price. I've always gone with the cheapest. I'm a very frugal person, so I would always go with the cheapest ticket.
Yeah,
but now
what
it's
if
like,
it costs you a couple hours layover?
right? And now you see the cheap ticket, but then it's adding on everything on top of it. It's not that cheap anymore.
Well,
and
Southwest isn't Southwest not on like Expedia?
right,
And, stuff like that?
and JetBlue either.
So,
So you got to go to those ones separately. But it's just becoming a little too much. But yeah, hopefully you're right, and that competition will even itself out. And I don't know if we're ever going to see the prices go down, but I don't know what else they can charge us for
Let me tell you
anymore.
another thing, man. I said this on the air too. I think flying is just amazing. The fact that you are able to get to Florida in 3 hours or whatever, to get to New York City in 45 minutes is amazing. This is technology. We're flying through the sky. I mean, you're gonna have to pay a few $100s to take a flight through the clouds like a god. Come on, it's all right.
And despite some of the tragedies and near misses lately, flying is still the safest way to travel.
Did you ever drive to New York City?
Yes, I have.
6.5 hours, man. Pew, right through PA.
Yeah.
Yeah, piece of cake. Put on some good tunes and do it. That's another way to do it. Yeah.
All right, well, stay with us. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, tonight the UB women's basketball team will begin their pursuit of a conference title. They are already in Cleveland ahead of the MAC tournament, which tips off just hours from now, and they are facing Bowling Green in the MAC tournament quarterfinals tonight at 6:30, and the Bulls are looking to finish a job that they fell just short of a year ago, winning the championship and punching a ticket to the big dance. And head coach Becky Burke understands the challenges that lie ahead, and so do her players, but they believe that the team is ready and hungry for the tall task.
We ready, we confident, we know we put a lot of work in the summertime and in season, and we know we just got to put it all together, and this is the time to make it happen.
March 1st, we talked about it's March. This is when we got to be playing our best basketball, and I think we have these last couple regular season games, and then into obviously Cleveland. These last couple practices, I feel really good about what I've seen from our team.
That's everybody's goal, to get back to the MAC championship. I mean, coming short last year, that was a big blow for us, and we want to get back there and make it right.
All right, well, good luck to them, and all of our other local teams that are going to be competing in, Damon, Division II, they are
undefeated.
Yeah. And so they are, the 1 seed right now, and hopefully, they will punch a ticket to the NCAA tournament too.
Yep.
How many brackets do you do?
Not zero.
I do one. I do not follow college basketball closely. I went to Syracuse when they won the national championship in 2003. I was there, but I just don't follow it closely anymore. But I'll still fill out a bracket just for fun.
I haven't done bracket the last couple of years now.
We have to do our Masters draft.
Oh yeah, we do a Masters draft.
We do.
That's true. That's a lot of fun. About 5 or 6 folks.
Yeah. All right. We are less than a week away from St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, the city of Buffalo is getting in the spirit. Here's a live look right now over Niagara Square, where the Irish flag was raised yesterday. And acting Mayor Chris Scanlon helped kick off a week of celebrations alongside members of the United Irish American Association.
While many see St. Patrick's Day as a time to have some fun, it's also important to pay attention to the history, the culture, the heritage of the Irish people, in particular here in Buffalo and around Western New York. Irish immigrants and people of Irish descent have played a significant role in shaping our city.
And acting Mayor Scanlon said he is excited to celebrate his Irish descent and St. Patrick's Day for the very first time as acting mayor. And we're also looking ahead to St. Patrick's Day weekend in the Queen City. Yeah, more about the parades. On Saturday is the Old First Ward Parade. It'll be a sea of green for the annual parade there. And then on Sunday, thousands will be gathering in downtown Buffalo for the city's official St. Patrick's Day Parade. That kicks off at 2 p.m. And our Lauren Hall sat down with Patrick Kaler of Visit Buffalo Niagara for a preview.
So this is obviously my favorite holiday of the year.
Of course.
But as you said, 2 St. Patrick's Day parades. This is what puts Buffalo in the top 5 of all cities across the country that celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
I didn't know that. Wow. The Old First Ward Parade again kicks off at 11 o'clock on Saturday. The downtown parade is 2 o'clock on Sunday. And they are very different parades, too.
Yeah.
The South Buffalo Parade, or the Old First Ward, is very authentic, or Valley Parade, I guess I should call it.
That's kind of like families walking.
Right. And Pete said the Gallivan family is going to be leading the parade this year, which is very cool.
Whatever clan, whatever your last name is, you walk behind that banner.
Whoever's on your crest tattoo.
Right. Yeah, and then the Saturday one is more, the Sunday one is more of a traditional parade with more floats and bands and stuff.
Yeah,
like that, right?
fire trucks, and then lots of people who have been day drinking out at the Chippewa part and at the Allen part.
I think both of them.
Yes,
right.
It's true. But,
Yep.
So everyone just be safe, but have fun, but you are going to get wet.
Okay, yeah, we're looking at definitely some showers for Sunday. Okay, so take the graphic there, and I got to meander over here through the maze of cameras. So what to expect today? Around 40 degrees today. It's a little bit cooler if you're in the Niagara County and southern tier. You're more likely to be kind of like low to mid 40s today. 60s though, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday will be our warmest day of 2025 so far, and temperatures do fall back for the 17th, but then we warm up again for next week. Next week, Wednesday, make a tea time that day. I think it'll be another day in the 60s, I think, a week from today. Yeah, this is the bar graph, and again, we are spiking. It is going to rain Sunday. It's not going to not rain unless 3 weather models are wrong, and we defy the laws of physics. We do have some rain coming for you Sunday, and hopefully it's early enough in the day where the 2 p.m. Sunday parade, which extends into 5 p.m.-ish, right, can go on with the minimum amount of moisture, but it does look like it is going to rain. So again, I broke it down by day part. So Saturday morning, 40% chance, and Saturday afternoon, a 30% chance of showers. Any showers on Saturday will be very light, measured in hundredths of an inch. You'll be able to stand there like, all right, nuisance, that's about it. But Sunday is going to be a day where your rain will be measured in tenths of an inch, so you'll get wet. You'll feel wet if you're just sitting there not prepared for the rain. Okay, so again, an 80% chance of showers in the morning, a 60% chance of showers in the afternoon. This is a medium confidence forecast, so stay tuned as we get closer. For your day today, we make it to around 40 with increasing clouds, and then after a couple days in the 50s, Monday, Tuesday, we're back in the 50s tomorrow. So 40 today with increasing clouds, 53 partly cloudy on Thursday, pleasant skies, and into the 60s we go. For Friday will be the warmest day of 2025 so far. We'll hang around in the, did I say that right? Yeah, Friday's in the 60s.
Yeah.
Saturday's in the 60s, and then Sunday's in the low 60s as well, with rain around, especially for the first half of the day Sunday.
Okay, and then dipping down, but then going back up. And this is very typical March for us.
It's up and down March. It's been milder than average March, though, so far after, I think, a pretty rough January and February.
Okay. We still have a minute left. What should we talk about?
No, whatever you want, man. I'm fired up. The Bills got Ty Johnson back because he's like the third running back. He's like the third down back. But James Cook, I don't want to keep him around for 14 mil. But Ty Johnson was a real playmaker, and he was a real safety valve for Josh Allen in the passing game, and he got open. There's a couple signature plays with Ty Johnson getting open downfield and making the tough catch.
Well, now we have Josh Palmer, too, so it's going to be Josh to Josh, and hopefully that'll be a good connection.
There you go. Palmer's a good guy, too. He can get open in man coverage. The Bills had the problem with the receivers getting separation against man. So hopefully Palmer will get that done. Yeah, so again, free agency opens at 4 p.m. today. Our sports team is going to be covering every aspect of it. So make sure you start to tune in to Channel 2 News first at 4 as we update you as it happens. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.